Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook. That's right, for Martin T.F. Wong. It's 9:30. We shall be starting shortly in here, and I really appreciate those of you who are with us tonight. Miss Yin, that's right, and a few more person who is coming in, our regular crowd. We really hope that you can share and also like this video in your timeline. And tonight, in accordance with what we've been talking with a series of live Facebook on the Wednesday night, that we were already forecasting what we have seen in both the Bursa market as well as the US market. And of course, no surprises if you've been following some of my thought process and also some of the indicators that we have on our VAC 360, as well those of you from our Smart Roby user in here. All right, you would have seen the green pentagon, all right, and also finally the green pentagon also turn up for the KLSE, and definitely we're going to be exploring more tonight as the more people are turning in here, and we shall start on time as usual. So many of you can take some of the takeaway that we have in tonight and use it to your advantage, especially in this coming so-called Christmas rally. We will say that in here. All right, so let's get started, shall we? All right, and I want to put things in perspective so you are able to move in to a very so-called informed market condition that we have in here. All right, welcome to the live Facebook. It's a 15th of November, 9:30, and definitely we have seen the stock market has done pretty much what it's supposed to do, which is the November seasonal month. And tonight we'll be talking about what is the break and make moment. Okay, what is the break and make moment? And of course, many of you would have known the market has already broke through, already broke through the market in here, so it's making it happen. Now the consideration is how to trade in the coming period in here, and of course we're going to be talking about why this market can go higher, right? We're just at the beginning stages, which we've been talking about it since 1st of November. Those of you who's been following the live Facebook in here, no surprises. And we also be sharing what condition justified this breakout, going into a series of events so you can understand it much better rather than just someone just tell you off and you will take it in par. And why this November rally, which is actually what I'll be talking about, is what I call the part 2 of the rationale behind why the November rally will continue likely to December until at least I see some sort of a catalyst or some sort of event, and why KLCI can also go higher, and also review some of the past stock trade idea that we talk about in our weekly members training in here. I also want to share with the public how you can actually benefit from some of these stock trade idea, at least learning how to fish for yourself rather than just getting a fish inside, and where are the next opportunity, which we've been talking about this in a fun, and also a little bit of summary going forward in here. And of course, last week we have our 11/11 sale. Thank you for your support. We very appreciated those of our members who have signed up for our 11 sale. However, there are some of our members as well, a couple of publics in here, they were outstation and they could not make that transition. They appeal to the support group in here. So we have spoken among our management in here, and watch out for the 18th of November. That's all I'm going to say, especially for those of you who miss out the flash sale 11/11. We will have a follow-up, will be on the 18th of November, so you can at least got a bit of rationale on the why we are able to get into this flash sale. Now 1st of November, that time the market was really heading low. Nasdaq futures was sliding on earning as all retreated, and then we all know the conflict that we've seen in the Hamas and Israel continue to play here. China stock market rarely cools down, and then all for the straight day, and everyone is sort of, the word here is sliding, right? But on hindsight, we all know, especially this is a very strong, all right, in terms of the signal, is a sign of strength, which is the 2-bar reversal, right? We have seen, right, on the 1st of November, right, the market actually sell down, right, and subsequently there was no follow through, and instead the market just went straight up. So that's why we have some sort of a V recovery, a very strong V recovery, what we call a 2-bar reversal in here. On hindsight, of course, we can say that, right? But it could also mean if things did not proceed on the next news, then the market may not just sort of go all the way down. But usually this is what we call in smart money. Smart money, we call it the shakeout. That's right. Smart money, we call it the shakeout. Right, and definitely many people has been sort of shaken a bit, right? Yes, they cuci. In Malay, what we call cuci. They wash out, and sellers are been washed out, buyers been washed out, and then the market U-turn and pop all the way to today, the 15th of November. Okay, so you can see the sequence of the event, right, which is the 2nd of November. We've seen Jerome Powell kept the Federal Reserve interest rate unchanged on 22-year high, right, and that is already a tall tale sign. And also you all notice on the 6th of November, our currency suddenly U-turn, right, when we thought it's going to go for 4.8, the floor U-turn, and then suddenly we are back to 4.6. And now also on the event coming on the 8th of November, we saw the Federal Reserve decided to hold the rates, and very importantly, the language, the terms that you now that use is US economy is strong as ever. Now don't listen to all those what we call toothslayer or some of the influencer out there telling you recession is coming. It's better that you follow the economic indicator that is coming out on all the US website in here absolutely for free. And most important, understand what it means by following this channel. It's also part and parcel. What I do here is to share my knowledge with you, so you are able to get ahead of the market rather than just follow the tipster and follow this influencer. Always better you learn how to fish. They say learn to fish your own fish. That's right. Learn to fish your own fish. And this is the term that once you know how to do that through our trade VSA Smart Robi, which is many of you are still using this as part of free, so that's going to be very, very good. So leading to that, before we have another important figure that was released on the 14th of November, many of you have thought about, right, which I've talked about, especially in our member on last night when we have our monthly orientation. I talked about what? You remember or not? The CPI figures. That's right. So before I was watching the news on Bloomberg, right, they said that US inflation report will keep Fed leaning towards more rate hikes. And that's how this smart money, which is actually the Bloomberg are part also of the smart money, they use this kind of pretense and really shake up. That's right, Nora, right? And Nora is correct, which is the 14th of November, the CPI figures. And then they sort of scare everybody. So like, cuci lah, they wash you out and want to wait and see. And then the figures came out. That's right, the figure came out at 3.24. The figures you can see was lower, and this is actually a improvement. Okay, so it's an improvement. Then you see what happens within the same hour before the news release. The CPI figure on the 14th, they said more rates hike. So the language is going to be scary, right? But then after the news came out, the CPI figure, which is an improvement in the fight against inflation. Inflation, right? And definitely you will see S&P 500 up 2%, and then suddenly the bets, the bet Fed is done. Fed is done means no more rate hike. You can see the language change, right? totally what we call a two-bar reversal news. This is a new term, right? Two-bar reversal news. And as such, after the CPI figure, they also changed the story in here. And we all know the CPI figure were expected to be lower. So you can see what has happened is that the stock market drives the news. Okay, remember, stock market drives the news and immediately make it very, very bullish. So that's why we always talk about at always what we call the inflection point. We saw one on the 1st of November when the market going down, where people are saying that inflation is going to be worse off. There's going to be more war, leading to the entire Middle East going to be more war. But instead, we were sort of conned by all these news, and all of a sudden there's a U-turn. CPI figure came in at 3.24, which is much better, 3.7, really an improvement. So that is likely to say that for 2023, no more rate hike, and that's why we got this market breaking higher. So as such that you can see this news in here, the US market break above the old peak, which we saw it here, right? You can see this part here, and also this part where the market broke through. And where are we heading, right? So this breakout is very, very legitimate. You can see this breakout is legitimate, means it's going higher. This is the US Dow Jones DJA. This is the US Nasdaq, which is the tech stock. So which means our Malaysian Bursa, our Bursa technology stock will also jalan. Right? Our Bursa technology stock will also jalan. The Dow Jones are already picking up in here. And where does that lead up to? Of course, those of you who are our member for our Trade VSA, you capitalize on the 11/11 sales. So right now, you can use this to your advantage. Now, if you look at here, traditionally for the month of November, all right, every year, okay, November is always bullish, almost December except for 2 months. That was the 2020 COVID and also 2018. You remember 2018? It was the Trump, okay, against China sanction. Okay, China sanction. Okay, those are the only, which means job or losses. So those are the 2 years, right? So right now, the US market is looking stronger. So we will be expecting a strong positive return too. Now we can see, right, Nasdaq has been up 39%. You can see the year before 40% in here, 33% in here. So 35% down, 35% up. Really interesting right now. Why is this so? Again, early this year, those of you who has been following me in here, I did talk about this very, very interesting seasonal return that every down year in the US market, especially the Nasdaq, you can see here, right? Every down year, one down year, 3 year or positive return, right? With the exception of 2001, this is the .com crash. Okay, .com or com. COM crash, right? And then we have the financial crisis crash. Okay, this is the global financial crisis here crash. Market go up for 3 years. 1 year down, 3 years. So 1 year down, 3 years, right? 2023, okay, 2024, and then 2025. Now 2024, what's our focus right now? The 2024 is the US presidential election, which I'll talk about it. What is the coming so-called forecast that we have. So that's why those of you who believe the seasonality, it's one of the most important thing in your market timing too, and it's available in many of the public website in here. Definitely with our members, I've shared with them the website. You can use this to do your advantages. So don't let any influencer can tell you that they can forecast the market, right? Everybody can do that. You can do that if you have the right statistic in here. And Nora is definitely correct. November 2024 is the US presidential debate in here, which is why we have a rematch. That's right. A rematch between Trump and Biden is definitely on play. And I'm going to be asking the members and those of you who are watching tonight, who do you think is going to win in 2024? All right. Now, if you look at the 4-year average stock market gains, right? Post-election year is after election now, but the pre-election year, this is 2023. This is 2024. Okay, midterm was 2022. It is still working after from what? 1833 to 2013, right? 206 to 2020, also correct, right? Now we are looking at 2024 to 2028. That's right. So these are some of the best indicator that you can utilize it to your advantages. That's right. So I'm going to ask the member, who do you think is going to win the 2024 US presidential election? For those of you who is coming tonight. If you have been following pretty much in the CNN or Reuters, you have seen that Donald Trump faces about 91 charges from now, and you will be going to a lot of court in here, and also the US silver fraud case, right? It's going to be also ongoing. Well, if Nora said Trump will win, then he'll be the first president going to be in jail, right? Attending his conference. But of course, there won't be any jail for him. Probably he will just be home arrest or house arrest in Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach in Florida in here. That's where it's going to be. But it will be interesting to see, right? Let's keep our finger crossed whether who wins. We want the stock market to go higher here. Now, of course, on the KLCI side, some local news is important. On the 8th of November, we saw analyst was bullish on EM. EM stands for emerging markets. So the emerging markets team started to come in, and a lot of the local press, the Age, the Business, and also the Reserve, one of the Reserve, Focus Malaysia, are starting to talk about emerging markets here. And then only today, the bullishness rise with market sentiment. And this is what they were talking about, that the Madami government, and also we've seen the budget, the market started to move up, but they are still reserved on the currency. On the currency, this is where the ringgit dollar peg is almost thinning in here due to the longer prolonged outlook for China, all right, where the property sectors excuse me. So what they are saying in here is that, like it or not, our close correlation to the China economy seems to be drumming that down. But right now we are seeing improvement on our ringgit. Why is our ringgit getting stronger? Very simple, because the US are not raising any interest rates. So we can see the upside of our rate hikes is already there. So we are seeing probably a strengthening at least the next 1 or 2 months, very little only for our ringgit in here. So those of you who is looking to shift your portfolio right back into the US side, this is something you want to consider. And also just now we did talk about the news from Bloomberg, where the rate hikes currently is not going to be ongoing. They are talking about Q1. Okay, Q1. Okay, let me just bring back Q1. Okay, Q1 rate cuts. Okay, yeah, Q1 rate. Okay, this they are talking about Q1 rate cuts. I can't get a pen up, so let me just write this down here. Okay, and a pen. So the US is talking about Q1 2024, a 50 basis point cut. That means a likelihood 0.5%. Okay, they're going to cut rates. So which means Malaysia will cut rates also. So that will also good for it. And as such, when the rate is cut, the banks are actually stronger. All right, like it or not, I know some banks, when the interest rate is high, people may not want to borrow it, but when they cut interest rate in these circumstances, it's good. Now, why I bring this up is because the banking sectors can go higher. When banking sectors, that will imply the KLCI Bursa. Okay, the KLCI Bursa has some room to go. So you can see from here, the finance sector just turned green the Pentagon. So make sure you get the green Pentagon from the trade VSA. That will give you the up signal. Okay, the up signal and the down signal in here. You can see down signal, the market did come down in here. Pretty accurate. You can see the volume wasn't substantial. Here you can see the market goes back up, pulse sideways, pick it up, and then come back down again. So this is what we are seeing right now, and I do think this market can surge further ahead, all right, due to the better expectation of rate cuts. Then people are likely to pay their loan on time, so reducing the number of non-performing loans. That's why they talk about strong capitalization and strength. So that will also lead to the KLCI Bursa stronger in the coming Q1 2024. So that is what we are looking ahead into this market, a stronger first quarter 2024. So as such, on what we have seen so far, that's why the KLCI today broke up and it has turned green pentagon on the 15th of November. Those of you who have the Smart Robi and also the VSA 360, you will see this turn green pentagon and the market is going to pop, still pushing up in here. Don't wait until the market finally only go up to 1500. Then only you start learning about green pentagon, start downloading about Smart Robi. I do hope that some of the messages I've been sharing throughout the year, all the way from January, February, March, all the year, and I've been doing this since 2018, which is almost 5 years. I'm still going ahead and still do this because I really enjoy your presence, many of you, of your great support, people like Nora out there giving the support and also sharing, tagging his friends to join this very good information flow in here. Now, looking back on the KLCI site here, you could see right now the KLCI, let me just bring my pen here. All right. Again, November month, we got the only in the 2016 to 2019 was a losing month, but since then it's been picking up. But take a look at December. All right. December is always been a winning month. So December is again a bullish, and that's why we call it the Christmas rally. That's right. Now we had last year 0.5%, 3%, 4%, 2%, 4%. So maybe we're looking about 2 to 3% for the December, which is, if you look at it at 1466, okay? So 1466 times 1.03, which is 3% in here, 14 points. So you talk about 36, easily we will close above 1500. All right, 1500 is coming, and no surprises. You don't need an analyst, you don't need an economist to tell you that this market is going to be start moving up very favorably in here. Now, another new indicator which was brought up by one of our member, Mr. Lai, is to look at market breadth. Okay, market breadth is a formula that we look at a number of stocks that is above 200-day moving average divided by the number of stocks below 200-day moving average, which means these are bullish stocks, these are bearish stocks. So the fact that these are divided and it above 1 means it's bullish. So you can see from here, right, market started to dip down here, but beginning of 24th of October, market started to become bullish. Okay, so in this way, what we want to do is 24th of October. You can see 24th October was here, right? This is where we saw that market. This is again market breadth is a public indicator. Market breadth is a public indicator that is widely available. So I'm trying to explain to you, but you can see Pentagon Guider came in on the 8th of October. All right, public breadth, market breadth ratio is another indicator which is publicly available. Okay, you must know where to find it. So you can see, but it's easier to use the green pentagon which came in on the 8th. For the market breadth, it only came out on the 24th October. So it gives you plenty of warning. Just like right now in here, it has a green pentagon. So that is also verifying this up signal, right? Going higher here. So take note of it, okay? So market breadth, again, these are information and a lot of these are education that I like to share with the public in here. All right, now remember on 1st of November, when we are talking about the Nikkei, go back to the live Facebook talk, I say buy when it's undervalued, because Nikkei 225 and also EN stand for emerging market. That's where I start to do it. And a lot of the foreign funds actually look into it. We are also seeing from the VSA 360, foreign funds is coming in here. You can see EM stand for emerging market and Malaysia fall into it. So it becomes very favorable. And also you can see ringgit, okay, in the coming weeks, okay, ringgit will get stronger. So let's say they buy right now, okay, 4.67, it may go down to 4.49 to 4.46. So that will also get strengthened on their ringgit in here, right? So they'll benefit from the strength of the ringgit, and yet here is the PE. Okay, the PE is what they call the CAPE forward PE is only 12 times and 11 times in here, with a dividend of 3.4%. That is like a stock like Uchitech Uchitech paying about 6% and is rated 6 out of 8 star. So those are very, very good stocks you want to buy. And Uchitech is also a technology company. All right, keep in mind. So these are all the stock trade idea that we wanted to do and explain to in here. So also on 1st of November, I did talk about this very interesting focus here, where I said about, we should focus on the market, even though as it break down in here, then the market broke through. But take note, there were no red pentagon. Okay, no red pentagon. Okay, and then the market break up, right? The market was up 22 points. I did mention on the 1st of November, continue to focus on Bursa KL in here. And then finally, the market breaks up today due to the CPI figures. And this one day bull up 15 points. I don't know how much it's going to go, but I can tell you we're going to be breaking 1500 very, very soon based on the VSA 360 seasonality. So that's something that you want to consider using too. And again, all this on the backdrop of what we mentioned. Go back to last Wednesday, the stronger November to April time frame. You could see Malaysia is here and then US is here. So you can see Malaysia, if you look back from 2000 to 2005, we have an average about a 7% gain. Right? Just now we talked about maybe a 2 to 3% gain, right? For December and November. All right, who knows? Maybe we get another 4%. We have the 2024 Chinese New Year. I don't know, maybe the subsidy, a reduction that they will implement in the first quarter 2024. Remember, if they do remove the petrol subsidy, very painful for the people. And it's something that they have to do it gradually in here, but at least you are warned already about the removal of the fuel subsidy in here. All right, so you can see KLCI, lots of room to move up in here. And I think I've reviewed the 5 years, the past 5 years of the November and January. So go back and check it out, the last Wednesday talk. So to revisit the 3+1 takeaway, why I favor KLCI, it is the emerging market in here. I've talked about the emerging market, which is around the 12 times. Okay, 12 to 13 times. So that's a cheap valuation. So that's why we see foreign fund, which were previously outflow, now they are coming back very strongly. I think there's also another article in here. So they were cheaper, so they come back right now. And also there are some resumption of a major construction project. I think we know about that. Even Matrix today they got a 500 plus million loan, right, to build the Seremban 2 or Seremban there, because they are kind of very confident going forward. The construction and the property sector will recover. And also there are talk about a separate electrification between KL and Ipoh. So all those things are turning very positive in. And of course, the VSA 360 seasonal year-end rally, we should talk about 2 to 3% for December, and who knows, historical return, we get another 4% from January, but usually not the case. It doesn't just necessarily go up there, but the US market does look very, very positive. So if you think that we are sharing you this very good information in here, please give us a thumbs up and also share in your timeline in here. All right, so let's go on to the next slide that we have. All right, now as such that those of you who has been following me, we Trade VSA, we recommend all our members to follow our VSA Turbo Trading. Now why we do that is that through our very stringent back testing. Now remember, past performance is always a historical. That doesn't mean in future it does, but at least we can trade very confident. You can see from here the return percentage over price range. In 2020, when we had the COVID, right, you can see those stocks, which is the penny stock, around the 49 and the 69 cent, that one has gained the most, almost 200% and 138% in here. Now fast forward to January to August, it is still positive 10.6 5.5, only the 1 ringgit and the 2 ringgit. So you will notice for our members, remember during our our Monday weekly stock trading, we always focus on the penny stock below $1 with substantial volume in here. And I do recommend the public also to do this to your advantage. Now, so fast forward, something that I've shared yesterday, the next update is from August to October. So you can see from 19 cent is 17%, but when you look at 49% is 24%. Out of 20 trades, this is from August to October. August to October, 20% return for 69 cent. 1 ringgit is about 17%, and 2 ringgit you can see it's a minus loss. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out that the best one is 49 to 69 cent range. All right, that's a range. So if you are trading the $1 and $2 like Uchitech, then you are in the more of a longer term. And remember yesterday we talked about the barbell strategy, right? The longer term, which is the investor quest. I think all this makes sense because these data will give you the information. Hi Lim, good to see you again. So these are the information that you needed. How's US? I hope it's good, right? So it's one of my intern who I think he's just came back from US. I saw a picture of him in US. All right. So you can see this information is important for you to sustain why you want to be picking those penny stocks in here, right? Check out this video again later on. Now, if you have a capital starting off from 50K, right, going back to 50K 2019, and if you trade those penny stocks that I talk about, your likelihood to hit 350,000. I'm not saying you can now, but I'm saying in theory you are able to hit that. All right. So I always tell people, just because you see the 300,000 from 50,000 doesn't mean you can do it, right? But what we are trying to do in our weekly training, all right, you can see how I pick those stocks, and we'll talk one session that we do on Wednesday, how we can use that to favorable to you in here, how you can do that. We are not talking about to 300. If you can make 50 to 100K, it's very, very good already. This is on what? On a short-term trading strategy. Okay, short-term trading strategy in here. So we are one of the few groups that we showcase some of our back testing on our stock trade idea. That will be great to see the market works in favor for you. I think that's the whole point, why this team is important. Many people, I think there are a few brokers out there, they always talk about, stock trade idea, but they don't even know what is the historical win rate, success rate, those things. It's very important that you know them so you can sort of recommend to your members or the public to use it. And here at Trade VSA, our stock trade idea, we are very, very confident that it will lead to you success if you follow those rules. You can see here, here's one example, when the price above $2, this one don't make so much, but you still make it in here. All right. So everything's still pointing to a up portfolio. When an up portfolio, that's good, right? Especially in environment right now, everything expensive. If you can make a little bit more money out from stock trading, that will be beneficial. And watch out for the 1811 sales for those of you who are interested to join our so-called premium membership for our Trade VSA, so you can actually learn more about it, which is our current intake, 7th of September to 7th of April, right? So you can see now we're going to go on to the member session here, which we did pick up those stocks. You can see most of these stocks have moved up, as I said before. Jaya Tiasa, we picked this on Green Pentagon. And so we're going to be looking at them. So first of all, we will lock into our virtual trade, and I think many of our members are very familiar with that. So you can see from here, these are the trade that we have done, and you can see from Jaya Tiasa. So let's take the first one here. So Jaya Tiasa, when did we go in? So Jaya Tiasa, we went in only, I think, because the Green Pentagon came in, the earliest you can enter is 9 of, let me just push this aside here, make it bigger so you can watch it here. Okay, Jaya Tiasa was 4.8, so which is somewhere around here, I believe. Right, we enter here, up to here, right, 3.5, yep, we enter on this Green Pentagon, yep, 4.8, okay, 4.8 level here, okay, that's good. All right, this was so entering Green Pentagon. The next one is La Forme. Okay, La Forme in here. A nice one. We enter. When did we go into La Forme? La Forme. La Forme is this one 0228 on the 30th of April. 30th of October. So you can see 30th of October, which is here. Okay, and nice one today, a 7% breakout, and that's why we get the 12%. And we go on to Haptic. Okay, so these actually come from the VSA 360 Pentagon, and I usually do this weekly stock trade idea on Monday 9:30, so the members can also learn about this, so they can also benefit from here. So Haptic, finally, you waited so long. I finally buka the first open up is arms only, baru lari saja Haptic. Okay, OpenSys not yet. Okay, OpenSys today pull back a bit. Let's see next week. But nice this one akan datang one. Okay, coming soon. If not, next week we'll come back and review this. Remember, keep an eye on OpenSys. This one will be another one technology, just that the volume's a bit low in here. Harlan. Okay, Harlan is not Harlan. Yeah, just Harlan also nice. Harlan, this one very similar to VDET. I always takut this kind of market one. You can see macam VDET saja. You see the market chop all the way, right? Because it's smart money are buying. So let me show you what happened to VDET. Okay, I make it to double, right? Okay, pull it here and VIDID. Okay, this kind of stock ready, you see? So usually we have a period when we exit, right? Remember, members, I share with you how many days you want to be holding that, and then you want to be exiting, because we don't want to see that slam down here. Whatever you see slam down, 20%. So this kind of stocks, don't worry, can but still buy one. But you must know through our back testing in here, and that's why for you to able to hang on to this in here. So we study them very closely in here. We're not going to do any stock pick tonight, but I suppose those of you from the public, keep this in your watches. Jaya Tiasa, La Forme, Haptic, OpenSys. But just let known, Haptic and La Forme, we will be taking profit very soon. Jaya Tiasa, I think we just started. We only pick up Jaya Tiasa, I think on Tuesday, right? On Monday, right? On Monday was Jaya Tiasa and OpenSys. Those are the two. You can see OpenSys. It's a good one here. And OpenSys, right? You notice all these are penny stock, right? 35 cents, 36 cents, right? It is why, because when we do our back testing, we find those stocks like the one I've just shared with you in the table. Those perform well. And we are just replicating what has worked in the past. But remember, caveat, this is historical back testing. So with this information, even sharing with the members of public, you will benefit from it in here. Similar to SIIB. Okay, Sarawak. Yep. Wow, this one lagi cantik. Yep. Straight up all the way, man. Yes. Right. This one can very nice. Right. From here you can see from here. Smart money one. Wow, this one 23% return a day. So if you have 10,000 ringgit, right, on this one, usually we trade 10,000 only for our size, right? You can notice here, every trade we trade 10,000, say close to 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, $50,000 trade for our virtual trading, because this is where we talked about yesterday. Remember, we talked about ultra learning. So for our members who follow us, those are our premium members, we want them to learn this. And you can see by 10,000, you get 400 ringgit in here. It's about 4.8% return, 5.6%, 4.4 and 12.2. All right. Of course, for Nora, which is also one of our members, able to capture Sarawak consolidation, SIBC. That's pretty good too. You're talking about here, how many percent? That's about 23% in here. So this is what we figure out will likely to work going ahead to capitalize on this coming month that is bullishness. So be like our member, and the first intake that we did, the Series 1 intake, you can see some of our members, Sukumaran, gained about 16%, 15%, and James with a win rate of 67%. So you already know the secrets behind why our member perform well, which is our back testing and focusing on those intraday stocks. It doesn't take a genius, but it does take a little bit of work on your part to do this as part and parcel in here. So a good opportunity for you to join us will be the 18/11 sale. So watch out for in our Telegram. those of you join our Telegram. If not, watch out on the Facebook. We will put those information. And if you think the premium membership is worthwhile to benefit you in here, why not give it a try? Now on the US side, we do cover too. I will talk about on September 23rd, where I was doing with USmart. Our collaboration with USmart, I normally stick to the more matured stocks, the more matured one, and they have done very, very well too. So let's take a look at these stocks here that I talk about. You can see XOM. We all know after the war, right, which is between the Hamas, the market started to fall. It broke below the so-called the 200-day moving average. You can see 200. Right now, it's at the support. I don't think it's going to go any lower. All prices will not stay this low, and I do think the XOM for the longer term, those of you who like energy stock, this pays very well. And if we go on to the financial side, the dividend is very, very good too. 3.64% dividend. Right, you can see this. So this is why having TradingView will be, it's like having Bloomberg, right, in your thing. Now let's take a look at V here. Okay, V is Visa. You can see Visa, we turned green Pentagon, started to go up, and of course, as I said before, the coming November will be bullish. That's why it's pre-opening at 24693, but I think this is going to be going up in here. Of course, not to outdo is all the generative Microsoft started to move higher too. You can see, jump to 374. Right, this one is going to run. So if you look from the green Pentagon here, it's up about 17%. These are the one that, remember, I talked about being November to April. The long-term one, remember yesterday, members, those of you who came for our monthly orientation, I talked about the two strategy. This is one of those things here now. Now, of course, the Apple, all right, I say wait for green Pentagon, AAPL, right, on the 23rd. Finally, it came. Yep, it came on the 23rd. 23rd of September, right? Tunggu, sama. Tunggu. You see, 23rd of September was somewhere here, right? It did, yeah, 23rd September. This was September 2023, right? I say wait for the green Pentagon. Finally, it came, and if you have followed the green Pentagon, let's delete this. Okay, scream it in, and enter at the opening to here. That is about 7%. And I think Christmas, they're going to be reporting more people buying MacBook, more people buying iPhone, more people buying, the phone, things like that. And Apple will do pretty well on that one. I do think that many of our members and you guys who is listening have this in your profile already. Now, if you have any stocks that you want me to review on the US side, on the Malaysian side, pencil those in there. I'm happy to look into it, as I'm just going to wrap up very soon in here. Market update for the November as well, going to US. The Middle East conflict has probably come to a U-turn. As you can see right now, like it or not, you may not like the scene or the news that is coming out from the Gaza, where hospital is been destroyed completely. Again, two sides of the picture, right? I'm not going to be judgmental to it in here, but you will be the best to see what it is. But what has happened also, the oil prices and the gold prices has pretty much stayed stagnant. Let's look at the gold prices, right? And we'll look here, GOLD. You can see it's come back down already. Right? It did hit 2,000 and then come back down, which means they may reach some sort of agreement right now, but it's still holding up above 200-day moving average. Okay, the technology sector sideways, chip crackdown, the China slowdown is already been priced in, and we all know the recent news, the corporate news, the semiconductor TSMC done pretty well, lifted up the stocks, and that's why we are seeing the market running. And as well for the presidency Biden meeting, which is this coming week, or maybe, this coming weekend, this week. So this is the first time presidency is going to China, and that set up a very strong market up move from here. And the last and the fourth one, we talked about it already. Feds is pretty done with the right interest rate. And again, take note, we are looking at Q1 2024, 50 basis point cut, projected lah. That's what now the market anticipating. 50 basis cut, super few power, the market will jalan one, I tell you. Usually that's the case we are looking at. All right, so Again, we have the US stock screener. You can pick those stocks up in here. The bull is just started, so make sure you join me also if you are a Smart Robbie user and you find that this is something where you want to start off with. Remember, on Monday, this coming Monday, on the even week of the 1st, 3 and 5th Monday will be Bursa Malaysia. Right, and on our regular Friday, which is this coming Friday, we'll still focus on the VSA 360 in here. And for those of you who are, oh yes, we got James who want to look at ELTK. Sure, we're going to look at that. And for those of you who are new, who has not opened up a US account, please do so and put in the invitation code, and you will get 400 credit worth 40 ringgit of Smart Robbie credit. So use this code NYVJPA. I have already opened mine and I've transferred my Ameritrade, because Ameritrade used to be no commission trading in here under Think and Swim platform, but eventually they also have to move up to accredited investor because of high cost of maintaining in here. So don't go for anything like zero brokerage. They cannot survive. So this is definitely one of the good collaboration that we have done it. Right, make sure you do that so you're able to put in the investment. So make sure on USmart on that one. So ELTK, Nasdaq. Yeah, this one looks good. Wow, this is nice. I like this. Break out the top here. What do they do? Is this a tech stock, James? Let's take a look at this one here. Market cap or marketing sale or printed circuit board. That's pretty good. Teflons and so forth. Yeah, you go to here. Go to their website and check it out. This is very similar to Flextronic, like a Grouptronics in here. Probably they have a manufacturing over in Asia. I'm not surprised. Okay, let's take a look at this one here. But the name also very interesting. Nasdaq Celatec. Oh yeah, here we are. Okay, probably in China. This company. Yeah, PCB board. Yeah, PCB board won't be in US. These are usually all the factories are in the China or at least Vietnam or Malaysia. Okay. Oh, Israel. This is an Israel company. Can be very sensitive one. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's good to know. All right. For that one, QCOM ASIC Bila. Okay. QCOM. No need like access so early. Yin. Just started to run only. Yeah. Look at, wait for the green pentagon. No, sorry, wait for the red pentagon. Okay, so easy. Wait for the, I'll reply you. Wait for red pentagon. Okay. QCOM is a Quadcom and also tied to the technology stocks. I think that's why using the green pentagon will put you ahead. And if you're not, switch over to USmart and have some of the great benefits other than being a cheap broker, right? Good quality, good broker support in here. So opportunity for just a little public announcement, another opportunity to join our intake for the 7th September to 7th of April will be our 1811 sales. So watch out for it in here. And that's all we have for tonight, right? And I think some of the message that I've been sharing for you in here will give you a stronger confidence to face the market. And of course, do share our Telegram chat room for all our educational program in here. And also Smart Robbie will get you ahead. What's the difference between Tiger Broker and USmart? USmart is better, easier to use, and more importantly, the